Hey everybody, welcome back to MysteryMagic318 with my fourth video upload. This is called Penetration, and yes, there is a pun there. So, anyway, first I'll show you how this trick is done, and then I'll show you the tutorial and how to do it by yourself. So, what I have here is 6 cards. They each have a hole in them. I have a Joker, Ace, King, Queen, Jack, and 10. Again, I have, as you can see, they're all spades. 10 of spades, Jack of spades, Queen of spades, King of spades, and Ace of spades. So, I have these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick this Joker in here, just, let's say right there. Alright, so it's in here randomly, right? And, I'll show you with this pen. So, they fit in here, right? There's no hole, nothing like that, no slip-in thing. It just fits in. Alright, and so what I'm going to do now is, let's find the Joker. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out like that. Let's go ahead and stick the pen in, and with a little magic. Alright. And check it out. So, I'll show you one at a time now real quick. So, Ace, 10, Jack, Queen, last card to come off, King, and what we have is the Joker, and it's completely on. Yep, and it's on the pen, no hole through, and as you can see, there's no cut. Completely good Joker. So, alright, so, now for the tutorial on how to do this trick. So, what you're going to want for this trick is, I actually lied earlier, what you're going to want for this trick, is 6 cards. You're going to want your Joker. You're going to want to put a hole in all of these. And if you don't have a fancy, all you need is really just a hole punch. And so that's why they're a little skewed, is because I have to do several hole punches to make it, so that just a pen can fit in it. Like this. I've also seen where you can take a clamp and you can clamp it like that and take a screwdriver and just like drill through it and make a perfect hole that a pen will fit through. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter how you make the holes as long as you make them. So you have a Joker, you have a 10, an Ace, and you'll see why in a second when I'm showing you the edge. You have a Jack, you have a Queen, and you have a King. And actually, this is not just one king, as you can see, and mine is a little bent, unfortunately, but this is a trick card. So we have a king, a Joker, and a Queen of spades. And this is actually what the Joker looks like, but I'll show you just how you make this, I'll just pretend like this is one king, so just bear with me, and this is going to be the Queen that we'll use it with. So, what you're going to need is you're going to need one other card. And what this card is going to be is you're going to want to duplicate Queen of spades. And now if you're like me and you're not buying, you don't want to ruin 2 decks of cards, what I did is I took a Queen of clubs, and I actually, what I actually did with the Queen of clubs is I actually made my own, Queen of spades. So you can't really see the difference, but so here's a little more light. I don't know if you can see them, but I just drew Sharpie right here, and the only way you can see the difference is you can see spades right there, you see clubs right there, you see your heads turned like that, but no one will pick up on that. It looks like a Queen of spades, so I just took Queen of clubs, did that. Anyway, so what you're going to want to take is you're going to want to take a add card like this. Sorry, not an add card. You're going to want to take the Queen of spades. I'm just using an add card because I don't feel like ruining a whole nother deck. So anyway, so you'll take this add card, and you'll take scissors, and you're just going to cut you're gonna want to cut like, yeah, okay, it's already in the cut. I actually cut this a little bit earlier anyway, so just so I could show you guys. Alright, but so that's for an example. So you're gonna have your card like this. You're gonna want to cut it just like I did, making a little triangle with, you can either have the edge or not, it really doesn't matter. Anyway, so after you cut it, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take this and pretend like there's no hole right here for a second. This is how you're gonna do it. So you're gonna want to line, you're gonna want to align this card up so that it looks like this, right? And then you're gonna want to super glue right here in this area. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you're gonna set it right down where it fits and let that super glue. So then what you're gonna end up is a card that looks like this. You're gonna have this super glued down. You're gonna have the queen like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your king and you're gonna put some super glue right here on that little ad piece that you made. And then you're just gonna lay it down perfectly, and that will glue. And then what you're gonna end up with is the king like I have it. You're gonna have it. You can see it on the sides. It works, and then it opens, and then your ad card will, I have the ad card, so as you can see, it's like the same thing right here. But your joker will slide in perfectly, and I'll show you an exposed view with what I just showed you right here. So after you glue it in like that, so pretend there's a king on there, you can pull out, and this will slip in, and it'll actually slip in with the king over it. It'll slip in perfectly and hold perfectly. Now you have to be careful about something. I didn't realize this till after I did it, but if you look carefully, you can see that mine's kind of bent. Well, that's because I held it. I just held it like this, and I was holding it down, and that just naturally kind of bent it. So since it's super glue, you want to make sure you put it down and be careful with it because it's really sticky. So after you glue everything, that's when you want to make sure that you put the hole punch. Make sure you put the hole punch on the side that is not like that. Otherwise, this trick will really not work. So you're gonna want to do that, and then anyway, so you have this. By the way, if you don't have two red jokers, I mean, if you really want, you can use a blue one because you never see the back of this card. But I just like to use two red ones from two different red decks, just because the chances of, if they look, they may not see like a flash of blue if I were to ever accidentally slip it or something like that. So anyway, so that's what you do, and then right after you've made it like I have, that's when you're gonna want to take your hole punch, and that's when you're gonna want to stick it and clamp it and make a spot like that. So after you've done that though, all you're gonna need is pen, and really make sure that the card isn't bent like this, because mine, I've used it a lot. So as you can see, it's kind of started to bend up, which makes it really hard to disguise this as one card. I have to pull it in like this, hold it like that, so you can't really see. And something else to be careful, you may end up that it won't fit perfectly, and it's going to have a little edge like this. I don't know if you can really see it, but anyway, it sticks up. So when held up to another card, you can see there's a little something extra there. So if you just cut that off, that should fix it though. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. The one thing, I'll show you now how you go through it. That's just the making of it. So how you're going to want to present this is you're going to want to present it it has to be in order is the thing. It really doesn't matter whether you start with 10 or start with king. But if I pull it out of my pocket and I just have it like this, I say, okay, so I made holes through all these, and I have the joker, king, ace, joker, ace, king, queen, jack, and 10. And something to be careful of is dropping them on the table also, because when you drop an ace, I don't know if you can hear that, it's just light little slap like that. But when you drop the king, it makes a heavier slap. It'll go like that instead of just really lightly. So that's one thing to be careful of. Anyway, so you bring it out and you say, okay, I have ace, king, queen, jack, 10. So I prefer to lay them out like that. And you say, okay, and you notice they're all the same suit, and to prove you see that they're same suits. So I'll go like that. And then you always want to make sure though that it's ace is on the bottom, then king, queen, jack, 10. Doesn't matter how you pull them out. You just have to make sure they're arranged like this before you turn them over. And then you're going to know that since they're arranged like that, king or your gimmick card is going to be second from the bottom, right? So what you're going to want to take is you're going to want to take your joker. You always want to slide it in right in between those two cards. So right in between your gimmick and the queen. And they'll also probably notice this. That makes it even better though, because then when you go like this, you go, okay, right here we have it like this, ace, and you really want to be careful that you go like this, because you're not going to go, okay, we have this and then we have our joker, because what you're going to want to do is just be able to pull it up and go, okay, so ace, king, and then joker, and there's your gimmicked queen. Make sure you don't show the joker behind it, because that just basically ruins the trick. There's no way to recover from that. So you pull out the joker and you say, okay, so I'll pull out the joker. And in case this is something I thought of, but if you're worried that they'll see that hole when you pull it and they don't see that it changes, don't worry about that. It really doesn't matter. They won't notice that. If you really want to, you can cover it up a little bit, but they're just focusing on the joker right now. So you pull out the joker like this and you say, okay, I'm going to stick the pen in. And by the way, this is the joker that's gimmicked, right? So when you pull it out, you're going to want to stick the pen through like that. And you're going to say, okay, so with a little magic, I'm going to stick it in. Now, if they don't hear a noise, it probably will make them suspicious. So what you want to do is I like to just go and blow out, or just go and suck in like that when you're doing it. That way, it would cover any noise that they would hear if it was actually going through it. If it was going through it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so you go like that, and then you leave it on there. Okay, you have it like this. You're going to say, okay, so I'm going to peel one card off at a time. This is where you really have to be careful that you don't peel back and show the jokers both. But you're going to say, I'm going to take off the ace, and you want to keep it in here. And then I like to flip it over and leave the king for last. So you go, okay, ace and jack. And they'll notice that the joker is there. That's why, I'll show you in a second, but then you put the queen down. And that makes it easier to distinguish what's actually the king and not showing them other stuff. And you're saying, check it out, your joker is on there tight. And it always is the thing. So that's why they won't see that. Anyway, but something that you want to do is when you have the cards in your hand like this, and you're peeling them back, you want to purposely expose to them that queen. Okay, so you're going to want to pull, you don't want to pull too far on the king, but once you get the joker, you want to pull as hard as you can so that they can see that that's the queen of spades. And then when you pull that out, you're just going to go like that, and you pull it out. And then something I like to do is maybe even out jog it a tiny bit, not like this, but like out jog it like that, so it looks like it's a completely full card. They will never think that if you go like that, but then that just makes it better when you stick it in. So anyway, that's how you do penetration. It's a great trick. Please subscribe if you liked this trick, and also like my video, comment, give me feedback. I'll respond to all that. And so yeah, this is penetration. Again, all you need is pencil, super glue, scissors, and of course a hole punch. So anyway, that's how you do penetration, and I hope you like it. Please subscribe. Once I have decided that once I hit 100 subscribers, I will be giving away free decks each week just to people who like and subscribe to my videos. So just do that, and we will the more people I get, the more contests I'll be able to do and stuff like that. So again, I saw this on MysteryMagic318. He's got a great channel too. I'm sure you guys have all seen him. Anyway, so again, like I said, comment, give me feedback, I'll respond to that, and like this video if you like how this was done, and also subscribe to me. So I'll see you guys later. See ya, MysteryMagic318. Bye.